race, I came up with the theory that skin color is just a byproduct of climate change through the many Earth cycles of human development. Imagine, if you will, how hundreds or even thousands of years ago, during an ice age, for example, the Utah Geological Survey informs that the last known ice age was roughly 20,000 years ago, and that the average daily temperature at that time was 10 degrees Fahrenheit. You might be thinking that places colder, but no. I looked up Minnesota myself because that is an absolutely icy place and can get to maybe 17 degrees Fahrenheit or well below zero on the Celsius. And we're talking exclusively Fahrenheit though. However, even though many places drop to low temperatures, they do not stay that way daily for years at a time without an edge of warmth. And so this is what we are referencing in talking about an ice age. If it is that cold outside, how do you think humans would respond? I have danced around this in my mind for so long that I convinced myself that black folks and white folks were opposite inside one another. I thought of how if the sun was not shining as much, maybe the body would develop melanin as a way to absorb more heat. And maybe nappy hair acted as a fur around the skull. I could not determine nose shape, but I know in my own experience in walking to school, just as a little girl on some cold mornings, I thought of how it was really cold out. It helped me to cover my nose because breathing in would sometimes hurt my throat onto my ears or vocal cords. So maybe it was the cold that generated black folks. If so, then what about white, and could the same be true? I imagined, just imagine, that if it was unbearably hot outside, what would I do? I immediately imagined that I would seek shade and shelter. I'd probably end up in a cave, but how long could I or anyone stay in a cave? I thought to myself that the carbon dioxide from a fire inside a cave could create problems after a period of time. So maybe my nose would thin and point as a natural filter, and maybe the nappy fur of hair would fall flat from humidity and also as a natural adaptation to try to cool me off. How would it do that? I wondered, and I thought maybe my skin would produce more oil within my sebaceous glands to cool me off, plus flatten my hair, and maybe the melanin would leave the skin so as not to absorb more heat. I mean, if it's that hot outside, right? But wait, would I have a fire in a cave at all since it's so hot outside? I don't know. But I then imagined that the nighttime temperatures would be warm also. Or is it that with the sun, everyone got darker, as we all readily assume, and with the cold, everyone got light and sought caves and started a fire for warmth? I don't know, but the point is, who knows? And more importantly, who the fuck really cares? The color of our skin simply does not matter. It only matters in a society where capitalism thrives. It only matters in a space where someone needs to make up something stupid to feel better than someone else. In a basic college biology course, I recall being made aware of the amazing adaptation of a moth. This moth was a regularly old moth with beige to white body and feathers. Pollution and black soot in the air got on some of these moths and would turn them black or have black speckles. Birds who sought out the moth to eat began to skip over the black speckled ones or the black ones because they did not taste so good anymore. Or maybe they could not see them. Who knows? But the point is that over a short period of time, a new generation of moths began to be born with the black speckles on them. But they had not yet been exposed to the pollution. So this was an amazing thing. The moths adapted to survive. It was passed down through their DNA to code for this external feature as a survival mechanism. I imagine that humans have done the same, and many of us carry several versions and isotopes of the genome. This is our magic. I just bet it is. One of the laws of thermodynamics says that energy cannot be created or destroyed. The energy of the universe is constant and cannot be created or destroyed. It exists and is merely transferred from one being or thing to another. In the universe, there is only love and fear. We gather more energy of love, or we gather more energy of fear. The universe is neutral and does not pick and choose good or bad. The energy just flows and transfers as we direct it, and we direct energy through words and thoughts, literally. This really is how it all works. So in ending this video, I will leave you with a quote by Shakespeare himself, and I quote, "All the world is a stage, and all the men and women are merely players." With that said, be strong in mind, stronger if you can. Watch what you are thinking and saying, because this will become what you are doing. It can be really challenging, trust me, I know. It can be truly hard to focus on love, success, and the good that there is, and none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect at it, not every time, but practicing it every chance you get and staying focused on being the change you want to see will bring results. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Start distancing yourself from people who focus on negativity. Stay away from people who you recognize are part of the problem, and most important of all, be the change you are trying to see.